Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome to another OLLO Live episode. In this one, I'll explain a little bit about the design of our studio. So obviously, we only do stuff in the box. We are not a recording studio or anything like that. No vocals, no guitars, no recording sessions here. All we do is in the box testing. So obviously, you have three options for monitoring. Either you're using speakers, headphones, or you're using both. But that is not the only thing that you need to consider when you're designing your studio. Will you use some outboard gear like interfaces, compressions, reverbs, whatever you're gonna have and where you're gonna put that? So in our case, a very tiny little basic office desk only has one slot over there for the interface, but we don't have space for other outboard gear like preamps and stuff. So to solve this, we reached out to another company, Studio Desk. They're manufacturing these studio desks basically like 10 kilometers away from here. Another great Slovenian company in the audio industry. And we got their desk, and this video is about unboxing and showing off with it. It comes boxed like that in cardboard boxes. So it's 5 boxes altogether. Over there is another 2, and the hardware like that. And let's see how it actually unboxes and how it's put together. Alright, a quick update. So I'm struggling a little bit over here. I have this top panel now open. Got some extra hardware stuff over there. And I'm a little confused on how to put that together. But luckily, they have a user manual. Let's see if it got printed out. And by now it should. Yes, it did. So there you go. I'll turn the camera around to show you. There we go. So there's the user manual, assembly manual, and it's quite simple, I think. So these are all the parts. So the top, basically desktop. Then we have a shelf, sides, speaker mounts, and a pull-out system, so you can actually have a keyboard that pulls out of the desk. All right, so that's the step I am at right now, step 1, which requires to add all these support structure, I guess, or dividers or something like that in place, and then we can flip it over and somehow, it will be installed on the sides. So you have a side, and then you need to place it vertically onto the side. So I'll need some help there, and using just these L brackets to put it into place. And then you're basically done. So it's a 10-step process. All right, let's see how that goes. Hey, I've made a mistake. This screw should be mounted in the desk, in the top shelf, at step number 2. And I did not do that. So now I cannot mount speaker shelves to the desk. Okay, so I got this, basically a very long screw, two washers and butterfly nuts. I have a tiny little bit over here. We don't touch steel every day, so it's just for extreme situations like now, and I'll cut it in into 2 pieces, maybe even a little bit longer than it was originally designed. Yeah. The hole over here is a little bit too small. It's not a manufacturing error. It would work if I would do things the way the manual says. Everything would be fine, but I didn't do it the way the manual says. So now I have to improvise a little bit. I have everything in dirt now. Read the manual. Fucking idiot. Go. Done. It's quite sturdy actually. Move it around a little bit. You can turn it. Alright. I'll have to clean everything at the end. Alright, so here's the finished product, the Aftershock Studio Desk Enterprise Edition with 3 rack units over there. Additional 2 can be purchased, so you can have 5 slots for your gear, space for a bigger screen that I have currently, speaker mounts that can rotate around, and a pull-out desk for the piano. I don't have a piano, obviously, but it's a really nice desk, nicely made, very sturdy, just like it's a proper tool. I'm very happy to obtain it from Studio Desk, and well, yeah, this studio is now a lot better, a lot nicer than it was. Looks better, I think, on the camera as well. And well, yeah, that's about it. That's the process. So there you go. The studio is made for taking videos over here, for basic productions when I'm just testing headphones, how they perform, stuff like that. So we don't do recording here, we don't do vocals or anything. It's just a lab essentially for the OLLO. So that's it. It's more than good enough with speaker placement as well. So the Channel X over there help with transitioning or translation, so I can check things, how they translate and move from speakers to our headphones. So basically it's all really nice and good for our purpose, although if that would be a studio, obviously the acoustics are crappy. As you can hear, I'm not using the lavalier mic, I'm using the camera mic, which kind of takes a lot more sounds in. So you can hear it's not a dead room, it's not acoustically treated at all, with just, you know, some curtains over there, and that's basically it. So that's it. If you want to mix, produce records, and you don't really need to record much or anything, then a headphones-based monitoring will save you a ton of money. You don't need the mega speakers, you don't need the acoustic treatment, so you can only have a very simple setup like this one and make hit records. Bye.